All right, I want to thank you for tuning in the video today. Behind me, I've got the Kubota Diesel Low Boy 14,000, and I've got the Duramax 16,000. Okay, both good home generator backup options, but today we're going to test it for you. I've had some questions about which one's more efficient. I don't know. Drop in the comments which one you think is going to be more fuel efficient, but we're going to run a test on it today and find out for you. You've got the Duramax gas 16,000. It's inverters, throttle controlled, super efficient, air cooled. Or we have the liquid cooled diesel 14,000. Okay, now one of the reasons I have the Hummer out here today is that I have a portable charger for it. It pulls between 7 and 7,500 watts, and it's a nice consistent load. So when we load these gensets up with that portable charger, we're gonna get the same load on them. So my goal today is to run each one of these for an hour and see how much fuel we burn. Now, just to kind of show y'all, right to the top of that screen, I have filled this one up. And we're going to measure what we put back in them after they've ran for an hour. Same thing on this one. That bottom line on this screen, you can see that we've got it filled up to that. Okay, so we're going to start each one up and we're going to let it warm up for just a few minutes, and then we're going to put the load to it. We're going to do the same procedure on both units, and then we're going to see how much fuel each one of these burns with the same load. Okay, so let's get this turned around and let's get started on this project. All right, for the first part of the test, we're going to use the Kubota Diesel. So it's cold, has not been started today, hasn't been ran in a while actually. That's one reason I like this diesel. It's always going to start. It's a good unit. Preheat it. You can see right there, it may be flashing, but we got 12 kVA available, 3,600 RPM, full tank. Okay, so it's ran for about 2 to 3 minutes. Come over here. Plug in. Right when we hear the beep, generator just loaded. We've got a timer going for 60 minutes. Just come back over here and show y'all. 45 minus 12, that's what it's pulling. So let's let this thing run for an hour. We'll come out, we'll do a shutdown and see how much fuel it burns. And just to kind of show you, this is a portable home charger, so it only charges at about 11 miles an hour. So we're at 66%. So if we were to let this charge, it would take all the way till 2:30 p.m. My car charger charges home about twice as fast as that. So, but like I said, just want to use this one. It's a nice consistent load. It's about, you know, each one of those generators, it's about 50 to 60% load on each one. So just trying to do a shared load to see which one's going to burn more fuel. So we're going to get those answers for you today. We'll be right back and let this thing run another 45-50 minutes. Okay, y'all, so we have exactly 13 seconds. 10, 9, all right, close enough. So we've had 1 hour runtime, 7,500 watts. We're going to disconnect. Hear the load come off. Breaker off. Okay, now I'm going to get switched over to the Duramax and get it set up. We'll fire it up. We'll set the same timer. We'll run the same test. Okay, same thing here. I'm going to turn the low idle off. We will turn this back on once we get the load on, just to give it the best efficiency. Let's start it up. We'll get the plug here. Let's get this plugged in. Wait for it. Okay, there's the load. We're going to start a 1 hour timer. Let's go back over here. This timer run out, and then we're going to see which one burned more fuel to do the same amount of work. Okay, so you can see we're down to 14 seconds on the timer. We'll go ahead and shut that off. Same test. Okay. test, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna top these back off exactly where they were. Now I have a 2-liter pitcher, and one of the reasons on this test was this was exactly about 7,600 watts for a continuous hour on both these machines, and that's exactly about, my house took about 65 to 6,800 on average, so that's going to tell you what your actual fuel consumption is on both these generators running basically a load like my house or your house, whatever, 6,500 watts. So I've got exactly 2 liters in this pitcher, got a funnel here, and we are going to fill this thing without spilling. The best I can. All right, we'll get a little bit more gas. We've used exactly 2 liters so far. Okay, so I have another liter in here, exactly 1 liter. Okay, and just a little bit more. Okay, so we've got another liter in here. We're at a total of 3 so far. We're getting close to that mark. Okay. So we have half a liter left. So that's exactly 3.5 liters is what it took to run 1 hour, 7,600 watts. Okay, so let's move over to the other machine and let's see how much fuel it burned in diesel. I'm gonna get my diesel topped off and we'll measure that one out. All right, so I've got 2 liters of diesel. We're gonna do the same test. Let's fill this thing up till we're at the same spot we were in the last unit. Okay, let me go get another liter. Okay, we're back with 1 more liter, so we've got 2 in. This will be 3 in here. Okay, so we are exactly 3 liters on the diesel, and we're 3.5 on the gas, which is kind of surprising. You would think the liquid cooled unit would actually burn a little bit more because you're pulling the radiator fan and all that. But we're full to the top here on 3, full to the top there on 3.5 on the exact same test. So the diesel is a little bit more efficient. Now there is a lot of pros and cons to the smaller gas genset versus this big heavy diesel genset. One of them is you're going to have a big cart. You're going to have a front end loader or a tractor to move this one around because this one weighs about 2 to 2.5 times what that one weighs. But this is a diesel. It's a little bit more designed for continuous duty. So, you know, if I'm thinking about it in my head, I have a Generac 22 kW in my house, and, you know, I'll run that one. It's got an auto transfer switch. You know, if we're going to be down a couple hours, no big deal. I run it. Same thing as the backup to the backup. That one there is a great genset for, you know, running it half a day, things like that. Now, if I know that we're going to be in a power outage situation for a long period of time, I will roll this diesel out and plug it in. These are a little more continuous duty. You know, if you're going to run it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, they're a little bit more designed for that. Okay, that's why they weigh a lot more versus like a gas engine with aluminum block. The Duramax 16,000, I'm very happy with it, its size and what it pulls. In comparison, you're getting a lot of generator, and it's about half the price of this Kubota. So, you know, depending on what you're looking for, but today I just wanted to do that test just to kind of see what our consumption is. You know, you can do the math on the conversion to gallons, but basically 3 liters for an hour run time, 7,600 watts, 3.5 liters, hour run time on that one. So if the video helped you any today, please hit that like, please hit that subscribe. Both great generators. If you got any questions, drop them below, and I will try to get those answered for you. Thanks for watching.